Hey, if you're a pharmacist and you've been wondering how to, future-proof your career, you are definitely not alone. The profession is changing, and it's changing fast. So today we're going to break down a really practical blueprint for becoming a pharmacist entrepreneur in this new digital age. So let's dive right in. So let's just start with a big question, one that might be on your mind. Is your pharmacy career future-proof? I mean, with technology and patient expectations evolving so quickly, it's a huge concern, right? But stick with me, because today we're going to explore exactly how you can answer that question with a really confident yes. Look, the reality is the whole pharmacy profession is, well, it's in flux. We're seeing these major shifts being driven by new tech, more competition, and all these new healthcare regulations. But hey, this isn't a reason to panic, not at all. It's actually a reason to get strategic. It's precisely why right now is the perfect time to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Because when you start thinking like an entrepreneur, you can literally flip these challenges on their head and turn them into huge advantages. This mindset gives you the power to gain real financial independence, to harness incredible new tools like AI, and to serve your patients in ways we couldn't have even imagined a decade ago. Ultimately, it's about taking control and really expanding your career prospects, maybe even on a global scale. All right, so maybe you're on board with the why, but what does this actually look like in practice? Let's explore the what and break down 4 key entrepreneurial pathways you can take in this new landscape. Okay, first up, let's talk about a path that builds on something you already know really well, the retail and community pharmacy. But this isn't your traditional corner drugstore. No, we're talking about a model that's supercharged with digital integration. Just imagine a hybrid model, one that combines the trust you get from a physical location with the pure convenience of an online store. You could offer AI-powered apps to help patients track their meds, or even create subscription services for people managing chronic diseases. The key here, and this is super important, is that you're enhancing the patient relationship, not trying to replace it. And this is such a perfect example of that balance we're talking about. You can bring in these advanced tools like AI-driven e-prescriptions without sacrificing that essential in-person trust that community pharmacists are so well known for. It really is the best of both worlds. All right, pathway number 2. This one goes all in on digital, with digital health and telepharmacy services. This model is all about using technology to provide care remotely, and it's about breaking down those geographical barriers for good. So, what exactly is a virtual pharmacy? Well, it provides essential services like online medication counseling and drug interaction checks. It lets you do remote consultations through telemedicine platforms, and you can even use AI to deliver really sophisticated medication therapy management. It's all about making your expertise more accessible to more people than ever before. And listen, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky, futuristic idea. In a lot of places, telepharmacy is already a well-established and growing field. Remote pharmacists are actively reviewing prescriptions in real time, which just goes to show you how mature and accepted this model already is. Okay, let's pivot a little bit. Our third pathway actually moves away from direct patient care and into the really crucial business-to-business, or B2B side of things, pharmaceutical distribution. This is your chance to become a major player in the healthcare supply chain. And let me tell you, the B2B opportunity is just massive. You could start a wholesale business supplying hospitals and clinics. The secret sauce here is using technology like predictive AI to forecast demand and totally optimize your inventory. I mean, imagine using software that analyzes sales data to make sure critical medications never run out. Now, if you want to understand just how big this opportunity is, get this. MedLife in India built a $250 million business. And how'd they do it? By mastering their supply chain with AI-powered inventory management. I mean, that is the power of a really smart, well-executed B2B strategy. And that brings us to our fourth and final pathway. Now this is for the real innovators, the tech heads out there. It's all about building the actual health tech and AI-powered solutions that are going to shape the future of this industry. It's about going from being a user of technology to a creator of it. I mean, think about it. What could you build? You could develop a sophisticated AI tool that calculates drug interactions, or a mobile app that helps patients stick to their medication schedules, or maybe an information portal that gives doctors instant AI-driven insights. You'd be taking your unique expertise and solving huge systemic problems. A fantastic real-world example of this is a company called Ada Health. They created an AI chatbot that empowers patients directly, giving them diagnostic insights and medication recommendations.
It just goes to show how a pharmacist's incredible knowledge can be scaled up with technology to help literally millions of people.
Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. This all sounds amazing, but it must cost an absolute fortune to get started. Don't worry, we're going to tackle that right now. This next section is a practical guide to launching your own business with a surprisingly low investment.
It really boils down to 3 simple key steps. First, you've got to identify a specific niche. Second, and this is the game changer, leverage existing digital tools. Instead of building a whole platform from scratch, you could partner with established telehealth services or use affordable AI chatbots to handle customer engagement. That right there drastically cuts your costs. And third, make sure you are on top of regulatory compliance from day one.
Okay, and that brings us to something that is absolutely crucial. Innovation and entrepreneurship are exciting, for sure, but in healthcare, they have to be balanced with a deep sense of responsibility. So let's talk about navigating the rules and, maybe most importantly, the ethics of all this. You know, the pitfalls here are really serious. Mishandling patient data or using misleading marketing can destroy trust and your business in a heartbeat. But the best practices, think of them as your shield. Implementing strong data security and committing to honest, evidence-based marketing isn't just good ethics, it's the bedrock of any long-term successful business in this space. All right, so we've covered the why, the what, and the how. Now let's pull it all together into your final entrepreneurial blueprint. This is where we put it all together and look at what sustainable success really looks like. Think of this table as your personal cheat sheet. It clearly connects each business model to how it actually makes money, its revenue stream, and a real-world example. So you can see that for telepharmacy, your revenue comes from consultation fees, and a specific service you could offer is virtual medication therapy management. It just makes that path from idea to actual income crystal clear. Okay, so let's wrap this all up and hit the big takeaways one more time. Your expertise can be applied across 4 very different entrepreneurial paths. AI and automation are your friends. They're powerful allies for lowering costs and making you more efficient. Compliance and ethics, they're totally non-negotiable. They are the foundation of your success. And finally, a clear business model is what turns a great idea into a real, thriving business. And that leaves us with one last big question. We've explored the blueprint, the tools, and all the different pathways. So now, it's really over to you. Looking at the world of healthcare today with all of your expertise and all these new possibilities, what problem will you